Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video we're gonna do a battle of the products. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a really long time, and honestly it's one of my favorite kinds of videos to make. So for this battle of the product, we're gonna actually battle two different eyeshadows. Now from the title you obviously know that it's the Hourglass Scattered Light eyeshadow, and then you have the Kaja Bento Bouncy Shimmer eyeshadow trio. So obviously one of them is a trio, a stack of eyeshadows, and another one is just a glitter. Now, Kaja offers various types of these Bento trio shadows, so some of them are all shimmer, some of them have two mattes and then one glitter. The glitterness of the Kaja eyeshadow, I feel like very highly stands up to the Hourglass one. Now they have different sizes, they have a different price. The Hourglass is $29, just one eyeshadow, and then the Kaja Bouncy trio is $21 for 3 eyeshadows. So I want to jump into the sizes, jump into how many shades they have, if it's worth to buy the Hourglass, because it's such a beautiful shimmery light eyeshadow that I feel like I had to compare it with so much money. But then when I tried one of the shades that highly compares to that one, I said, well, we got something here. I think I made somewhat a mistake of purchasing this $30 eyeshadow. But if you want to see which one's worth the try, then just keep watching. So before we get up and close, I want to just, like I said before, I want to talk about the different products and mention what's all about them. So the first one is the Kaja Beauty Bento Bouncy Shimmer Eyeshadow Trio. That's a long one. Okay, so they have around 10 different shade differences. So 6 of them are 2 mattes and 1 shimmer, and then you have 4 of them which are all shimmers but 4 different, color stories. So I got the Orange Blossom, which is a 3 shimmer color story. Very beautiful, very dimensional. What's so cool about these eyeshadows is that they're not, your simple, typical glitter eyeshadow where it's just like, one shade, very pigmented, and that's it. No, the kind of shimmer that you see here, it's, a base shadow, and then you get very different colors throughout the glitter, which makes it super dimensional and very wet, very beautiful. So yeah, and this one is $21, and it brings 3 shadows of 0.9 grams and 0.3 ounces. Now it is very small, however, unless you use this every single day, it's very hard to finish them. On the other end, we have the Hourglass Scattered Glitter Eyeshadow. Now, don't get me wrong, the packaging of both are very, very different. This is more, your typical day-to-day. It's plasticky, pretty, but nothing elegant, whereas the Hourglass is magnificent. Just the packaging makes it look way better, just more elegant, overall, just very sophisticated. Does this mean that it's worth $30? I don't know, we're gonna figure that out today. But the eyeshadow itself brings, it doesn't specify how much it brings, but it just says standard size. So I imagine maybe a little bit more than the other one. If you compare side to side, it's not that different, maybe a little bit more. I wouldn't say they're that different, but here we are with a $30 eyeshadow and 21. So I'm just gonna assume you guys in so we can try and test this out together. I'm gonna get you guys in the nitty-gritty of my eyes and test these shadows out. Okay guys, this is as close as I could possibly get you to my eyes without falling over the camera. So I'm gonna do, on this eye, I'm gonna do the Kaja Bouncy Trio, and then on this side I'm gonna use the Hourglass. So the shade that I got for the Hourglass is the shade Smoke, which is a really pretty taupey color, kind of pinkish, very beautiful, very dimensional, and very pigmented. And then for this eye, the closest shade that I got to the Hourglass one is the 3rd shade. It doesn't really have a name, but this is the Orange Blossom Trio, and the 3rd shade looks pretty much aligned with that one. Both are taupey shades. If you can see them side by side, they look very much alike. So the consistency looks a little bit different. This looks more moussey, whereas this feels like a regular eyeshadow, but it's pretty much the same. This one reflects more light, from what I'm seeing from the pan. This one actually on the camera looks a little bit golden, but honestly, when I've tried them on my eyes, they look pretty much the same. So let's get to it. Oh my god, this is such a pretty shade. I hope that you can see how dimensional this shade is. It has various little colors of pigment throughout it. So it has pink, purple, green. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. I'll certainly try to take pictures of the eyes themselves, but this is so pretty, very dimensional, and it really catches on the light. But what I like most about it, it's just the glitter of different colors, which makes it very, very different from anything else that I have in my collection. So now I'm trying the Hourglass one. So as I said, it's a little bit more moussey, a little bit more wet, which I feel is what makes it so reflective. But let's see how that looks in the eye. Okay, so this is what both eyeshadows look like. So if you can see, I feel like the undertone here is more cooler, whereas the undertone here is warmer, which is weird because they're both taupey shades when you see it on the pan. But I do notice that this one has kind of yellowy golden glitters, while this one has all different kinds of glitter, which makes it more dimensional and makes it darker. But they're really pretty themselves. I mean, on the viewfinder from where I'm standing, I can't really see a difference other than the shade range, but when it comes to pigmentation, when it comes to catching the light, I feel like both are very beautiful, very glittery, or how Jamie Page calls them mature glitters, and they're really beautiful. See, the thing about this one is that, yeah, it has pink and golden, while this one has all over the place, and that just makes it so much more special to me. However, I do find that both have the same consistency when they're put on the eyes. This one's a little bit more moussey, and it looks more glided on if we're getting in, you know, in the knitting grit, but they're really pretty. Both of them are really pretty. Okay guys, so now I've done my whole face, and one thing I needed to mention about both eyeshadows is that none of them have fallout, which is a really big thing for shimmery eyeshadows, especially if you're the kind of person who likes to do their eyeshadow after they've done their face. This is something not to worry about with these two products because they're really, really good and they don't really have any fallout. They're very buttery smooth in the sense that there's nothing to be left out. Like the glitter is very attached to the product. Now I'm back to choosing which one do I like more. I have to say that my decision does not mean that I want one less than the other or that I love them in any different way, because they're both beautiful shades, they're beautiful glitters, and the quality of these shadows are amazing. Out of this world. One of my favorite shadows are these two. Whenever I want something that's gonna pop, something that's gonna give the look the next level, these two shadows are what I'm thinking of. So that's something to really keep in mind. They're really both really good. Now, when it comes to choosing the winner, I must say that no questions asked, I'm gonna go with the Kaja Bouncy Trio because it's 3 shades. You get to have 3 beautiful shimmers with 3 different undertones completely, and that's gonna go along with every single eyeshadow. Like, you're gonna have a color story, but they will all have a different undertone, and they will all have different glitters that will make company to the base one, and which will take it to the next level. So I definitely go for this one. It is also $21 for 3 different eyeshadows, whereas this one is only 1 for $29. That's something to really think about, especially when you work really hard for your money. It's really hard to think about giving $30 for just one. It's something to really think about when another one with a slightly different color can give you the same quality and more to take with you. So that's something to really keep in mind. I really would love to know your thoughts on these eyeshadows. To me, the Kaja Bouncy ones, I found that they were expensive before I ever thought of the Hourglass, but honestly, I feel like they're my favorite eyeshadow to play with. I think it's outrageous how expensive Hourglass is. Not to say that I don't love the brand, I love it, I love how luxurious everything is, but I feel like this does exactly the trick for 1/3 of the price when we divide the eyeshadow, of course. So again, I definitely would love to know what you guys think of these products in the comment section below. I do hope that you found this video helpful. Think really well when you're gonna spend your money, how you're gonna do it. Always be mindful of that. And yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.